I'm Tonya. Welcome back to my channel. I am so excited. Halloween has hit at Dollar Tree, so I decided to make this little fella today. I'm going to hang him on my front porch. And so come along and we will get started. I will show this from a bird's eye view so you can see exactly how I put them together. Y'all, this was the easiest little project. It took me a little bit to figure out how to do it, but once I did, it went really quick. I started with this wire wreath that I attached this floral foam that I held together with a pipe cleaner, and that was just to kind of use as a base for the entire project. Originally, I thought that I would use that black mesh that you see in the frame to round out the entire thing and cover the whole entire ring. Quickly, I found out that really that was not a good system. So for the next few frames, you're going to see the black that I ended up scrubbing. But I started making a few tails that I took 2 different kinds of ribbon and I divided it probably about 3 inches. And all I did was fold it over and attach it with a pipe cleaner. And then I stabbed it into my wire portion of the wreath. I made about 8 or 10 tails and ended up placing them all over the wreath. You can also see in the frame that I had started to pull apart the plastic skeleton form that I had found also at Dollar Tree. So this is more what I started out with. I also added a skewer at the top that I put straight through the foam that would hold my skeleton head. And it looked like this. It had a pointy end and it held it really well. So next I needed to cover the entire thing with this green decorative mesh, also from Dollar Tree. And without any real technique, I just used a pipe cleaner to attach to my wire form. And I started making loops that were probably 3-4 inches long and would attach just randomly to the wire form. And then I needed to repeat it again, and this time I used the orange mesh. Always remembering that the dowel sort of helped remind me that that was the top of my actual wreath. So don't worry too much about what it looks like because it's going to get moved around. Next, because my centerpiece sign was actually 2 pieces, I wanted to go ahead and figure out that larger pumpkin placement. So I just ended up tying it down with the existing pipe cleaners that were already holding something else to help keep it in place. And I purposefully tilted it a little bit because I wanted there to be a little bit of contrast between that little trick-or-treat portion and the actual pumpkin itself. But if your sign is only 1 piece, just skip this step and put your sign part on more towards the end. Next, it was time for me to figure out how to attach the little skeleton guy. So I took him apart and he had plastic pieces. There were like hinges. So I just attached to the foam itself. I just snapped it into the foam, and then I took a glue gun and held it in place with a little bit of glue. It was really easy. It snapped right in. So these are the arms. And then I flipped and did the other side. I had about 5 different types of ribbon that I got from Dollar Tree, and I needed to make some simple loops and just attach them to the foam to help cover up, especially that bottom portion. I had some really crazy scissors I was trying to work with, but I got it done. I took and just looped with an actual straight pin, and I just stuck it directly into the foam. Super easy. Probably across the bottom there are about 6 or 8 loops. After that, I went ahead and put the legs of the skeleton onto the foam underneath. You can tell a little bit better in the video the size of the joint of the plastic piece. It fits right onto the foam. I also used some hot glue to attach those joints as well. It turned out really cute. I went ahead and put the centerpiece part of my sign in using, there was already a hole from the other part of the sign, so I just attached that with a pipe cleaner to the back, and it was really simple. And then I went on one side and just attached with hot glue. I had a couple of rolls of the tulle type ribbon and decided to use the one that had the pink background, and I just took a pipe cleaner, again attaching it to the wire, and worked my way all the way around. I think went around twice with that one roll, and just to cover up the part of the wire that was still showing. After I fluffed and messed with it, I realized I thought my tails were a little too long, so I cut them off probably about another inch just so they would stick straight out. And then I added a few more loops, again just attaching them. I just wanted it to look full and for the wire to be covered. Total, I probably added about 8 or 10 more loops, including a couple of larger mesh ones that the skeleton head could sit nesting in, and I think it turned out really good. One of my favorite little things that I added were these little spiders that I found, a little 2-pack. They were actually quite large, and they had them in purple, orange, and maybe even green. And all I did was attach the pipe cleaner again to the wire. Just a little tip that I always do whenever I'm adding an embellishment to a wreath is that I try to imagine my wreath more like a square, and I'll put something in one upper corner and then the opposite lower corner. And then last but not least, instead of using the skeleton head that came with the actual skeleton form, I used one of Dollar Tree's hollow skeletons that I found and painted it white, and then just pierced it with my scissors. Went right in, and it set right on top of that skewer. I had so much fun working on this project. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel below and ring the bell and all the things. I'm on Instagram and Pinterest and all of that. I'll link it all below. But until next time, thank you so much for watching and have a happy Halloween season.